Niners in the process lost quarterback Jim Plunkett, who suffered a dislocated shoulder. He is out at least 6 weeks, as Larry King mentioned on NFL 85. He feels it could be for the rest of the season, which means Mark Wilson, the starter at quarterback. But Bob, the Raiders, a club that has always been able to thrive on adversity.
Well, Tom Flory said last night that the Raiders are struggling. One of their problems has been turnovers, and in the past they've always been able to overcome their turnovers. Now, the thing they need to do is get back on track and get out here and play tough defense until their offense recovers.
For the Patriots, it is the first full season for new head coach Raymond Berry, which means a new system, new terminology, and there are some who are saying that Berry is just too conservative.
Well, there's no question. I think he knows he's been too conservative. The other problem has been Tony Eason. A little bit too erratic. He needs to get back in gear.
All right, what about keys for the game today, starting with the Raiders?
Well, it's Mark Wilson. There's no question about Mark Wilson. He's been in this situation before. He's intelligent, strong arm. He's just been a little bit inconsistent. He needs to play better.
How about the Patriots?
Their offensive line, anchored by John Hanna back this week. 66 sacks last year. Coming into this ball game, they need to control the line of scrimmage to win the football game.
And Raymond Berry and his New England Patriots with a victory over Green Bay here in Foxborough, 26-20, then lost in Chicago, 20-7. And last Sunday, New England beating Buffalo in Buffalo, 17-14. Tom Flores, in his 7th season as head coach of the Raiders, he's coached 2 Super Bowl champions, but has that record of 1-2 after they belted the Jets on opening day, 31-0, coming up with 10 sacks. They lost in Kansas City, and last week lost at home to San Francisco, 34-10, before 87,000 at the Coliseum. The Raiders won the toss. They will receive Tony Franklin, in his 8th year out of Texas A&M, getting set to kick away to Clee Montgomery and Sam Seal. This is Seal. He broke a tackle getting to the 30-yard line. Seal in his 2nd season out of Weston State in Colorado with a 20-yard return, stopped by Derwin Williams as we check out the Raiders offensively, and they have had all kinds of injury problems on that offensive line. Shelby Jordan moving over to left tackle. Bruce Davis moving to left guard with Charlie Hanna bothered by the knee problem. Jesse Hester is a rookie out of Florida State. Todd Christensen, one of the best in the National Football League. Mark Wilson replacing the injured Jim Plunkett with Allen and Hawkins at the running backs. And Wilson throwing on first down, and it's picked off. Ronnie Lippett going right to work. And the Patriots will take over the pass intended for Dopey Williams.
Marv, we said he's been a little bit inconsistent. This is not the way to start off a ball game. Throws this into the short side of the field. It's a little down and out. The receiver, Williams, did not push Lippett far enough off the line of scrimmage. Lippett make a good play, comes back inside and picks it off. But a tough way to start for the Raiders.
And Ronnie Lippett has been a target, which of course is a compliment to Raymond Claiborne at the other corner, but he comes up with his first interception of the season. Patriots first down at the 36-yard line. Tony Collins with a short pickup. And running down that New England offense, Holloway, Hanna, Brock Wooten, and Moore up front. Ron Wooten at right guard, the only healthy New England offensive lineman from preseason on. The speedster Irving Fryer. Stanley Morgan, who has been a disappointment. In fact, had a rough one against Buffalo, dropping 3 passes last week. And Craig James and Tony Collins are the running backs. 2nd and 7 at the 33. And James picks up 3. Setting the L.A. Raider defense, and of course they do all kinds of shuffling, particularly amongst the front 3. Howie Long in a homecoming. He is from Charleston, Massachusetts, played high school football in Milford. Excellent crew of linebackers, Van Pelt, Millen, McKenzie, and Martin. And Hayes and Haynes, so dangerous at the corners. Haynes, one of several former Patriots, playing for the Raiders. 3rd down and 4. And Eason to put it up. And incomplete. Mike Davis, the strong safety, on the coverage of the tight end, Derek Ramsey. So Eason throwing for the first time, not able to connect. And a 4th down and 4, setting up the field goal for Tony Franklin.
Both offenses have struggled so far this year. Eason has it on target, just good defensive play on the coverage on the play.
47-yard attempt. Franklin 2 for 2 on the season. He's hit from 34 and 32. Tony Franklin, coming off the best season of his career, has picked it up and continued here in 85. Raiders have had their problems in the state of Massachusetts. In fact, they are 0-2 here in Foxborough. I know this is not one of your favorite places to play.
Exactly. In 1976, the Raiders were here, lost only one game all year, 48-17 against the Pats right here. The Dolphins always had problems coming up here and playing in Foxborough, and you ask me why, I don't have a good reason. Tough stadium to play in.
I will get back to that a little bit later on. Franklin, who connected a moment ago from 47 yards away, taken by Sam Seal. So Seal weaves his way across the 25, a 22-yard return by Seal. And once again, Mark Wilson leading the Raiders onto the field. His first pass was picked off by Ronnie Lippett, leading to the field goal. Now look at the Raider offense as they go up against the Patriot defensive unit.
The linebackers are the strength of this group. Tippett and Blackman, the leading sackers on the team.
1st and 10 from the 28. The first by Marcus Allen. Last week against the 49ers, Allen was held to 59 yards rushing, picked up 7. Blackman on the stop. And continuing with the Patriot defensive unit, Lippett at the left corner. You saw him pick one off a moment ago. Raymond Claiborne on the right side. He's played as well as any quarterback in the AFC the last couple of years. And Hawkins is stopped. Stopped by the nose tackle, Dennis Owens, along with inside linebacker Steve Nelson.
Not the ideal way for Mark Wilson to start off a ball game. You know, the Plunkett got hurt last week with his shoulder. Coming up to Foxborough, where it's tough to win, the Raiders have never won. First play of the ball game, you drop back and you're intercepted. He really wants to get some momentum going. 2 running plays. They can make a first down and to help settle Mark Wilson down.
3rd down and 3 for the Raiders from their 35. As the time intended for Dokie Williams. Larry McGrew on the coverage.
Dokie Williams is running a crossing pattern right here. Is going to come across and is going to get jammed right along here somewhere. 3 yards to go. You see the linebacker dropping back. That's Blackman, 55, knocks him off route. That's a legal chuck if he's within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Ray Guy will punt for the first time this afternoon, back at his 20. Punting to Irving Fryer. Good hang time. Here's Fryer. Just could not get going. He tried to change directions. A 53-yard punt, only a 4-yard return, and the Patriots will take over. We'll be right back. This is vintage footage from the glory days of the Baltimore Colts. Johnny Unitas unleashing to Raymond Berry, who went on to a Pro Football Hall of Fame career. Not bad for a guy who was a 20th round draft pick back in 1954.
Not bad at all. Some say he's been a little bit too conservative starting off this season, but I think he's doing it the way he feels like it has to be done so far.
Patriots have not looked to go deep. That has been one of their problems as they start up first down at the 17. This is Collins. He collected 3. It'll be a second. A turnover hurting the Raiders. The interception by Lippett leading to the field goal by Franklin. And it's picked off now by the Raiders. Lester Hayes. One it in from 26 yards away.
Eason is trying to get the ball to number 80, Irving Fryer, on a little down and out. An ill-advised throw because Hayes, man-to-man coverage, is looking back the entire way, steps in front. Ball was a little bit behind him. Both quarterbacks having problems starting off on their first couple of series.
And, Bob, they don't look to throw Hayes' way very frequently. Lester Hayes giving the Raiders a 6-3 lead. And here's Chris Baugh. A couple of interceptions proving costly, and a timeout called with 4 minutes gone by first quarter. This is the first part of our NBC doubleheader, and we have had some extraordinary defensive action to get it going. Lester Hayes with his 34th career interception. First time he's run one in for a touchdown during the course of the regular season. Stephen Starring. Stephen Starring in his third season out of McNeese State, breaking a tackle and going 34 yards. Stopped by Andy Parker, pushed out by Parker, and so here are the Patriots first down inside the 35.
Tom Flory said last night that one of his big concerns is the special team play of the New England Patriots with the speed that they have in Stephen Starring on kickoff returns, and also Irving Fryer, who returned a punt for a touchdown. A lot of big play people on the Patriots.
Saw the interceptions. Eason picked off for the 6th time this season, intercepted only 8 times all of last year. Eason going deep sideline. Intended for Stanley Morgan.
That's a tough throw to complete, especially early in the game, Marv. I'm surprised. I thought they would come out and throw some easy ones to try and see if Eason could get going. Here's a look at Howie Long, 75, coming on the outside on Moore, 67. He's going to be a tough man to handle for the Patriots offensive line all day.
2nd and 10 at the 35. Raiders 7 and the Patriots 3. Greg James stopped at the line by backup linebacker Jeff Barnes. Tony Eason took over as the starter last year, 3 weeks into the season, and finished as the 3rd-rated quarterback in the NFL, right behind Marino and Montana, throwing 23 touchdowns and only the 8 interceptions.
This year he is ranked 21. Last year he was 3rd, now he's 23rd. He's only thrown 2 touchdown passes and already 6 interceptions. As you mentioned, he only threw 8 all of last year.
0 for 3 thus far today. It's a 3rd down and 10. That was deflected but hauled in. Close to the first down marker. We'll have to see where they spot it. So Irving Fryer with his 4th catch of the season, stopped by Turan and Davis.
Take a look right here. Going to make a move to the inside and come back out. Now watch the tight coverage. Every white shirt will be closely guarded by a black shirt. Tight man-to-man coverage, starts to the inside, stops, and comes back outside. Now you have to set that play up by going on across field several times, which the Patriots have shown on the films.
And it is a first down, marked at the 45-yard line. Now Fryer out to the left. And they go to the ground game. Tony Collins stopped by the right defensive end, Lyle Alzado. Minnesota in front of Buffalo, 7-0 in the first. Tommy Kramer, 10-yard touchdown pass play for the Vikings. Pickup of 4 by Collins, 2nd and 6. Lyle Alzado, 36 years old, in his 15th season in the NFL. 6 minutes in, first quarter. Collins hit back behind the line. Rod Martin on the stop. 2 years ago, Tony Collins ran for 1,049 yards. Last year, Tony was in the doghouse of Ron Meyer and his production dropped considerably.
Well, they went to a two tight end offense, Marv, and that took Tony Collins out of the lineup for the most part. Mostly Tatupu played a lot. Collins really didn't like the one back. Would rather have a two-back situation. He's playing well this year.
3rd down, 7. And Eason gets it away. Lynn Dawson should have had it. The tight end not able to hang on. Would have been a first down.
Take a look at the pass rush as you see Piquel, 71, fighting his way in. The problem here, it took a little bit longer to develop because of the aggressive defensive play for the Raiders. Quarterback didn't have a lot of time. Eason had to unload it before the receiver got away from his defensive man.
And so Rich Camarillo will come on to punt, and he has come back strong from knee surgery. He attempted to tackle Mike Nelms of Washington in a preseason game last year. What do you expect from a punter who says his hobby is cliff diving?
Well, he learned from that experience. He won't be making many tackles anymore.
Camarillo angling it, and Montgomery let it go, and it's a beautiful punt inside the 5. A dandy by Camarillo, 48 yards. We'll be back in a moment. Back in Foxborough, this is Marv Albert with Bob Griese. A gorgeous punt by Camarillo, so the Raiders must start out first down from inside the 5-yard line. They go double tight end with Christensen and Junkin. And Wilson popping it deep. Almost intercepted by Ronnie Lippett, intended for Dokie Williams.
The Raiders like to put the ball downfield. Their two wide receivers right here always have speed. Barnwell and Williams, and also Hester. But the men you have to stop are these two right here. 46, Christensen. He likes to run the option play in here, and also Marcus Allen. He comes in here. It's a bread and butter on the inside. The speed is on the outside.
And the Raiders have not been able to succeed with the big play offense to this point.
They're always looking for it, but they have not been able to hit it.
2nd down play. And Dennis Owens, the nose tackle, all over Frank Hawkins. Redskins looking to bounce back, leading the Bears 7-0. John Riggins, 7-yard touchdown run. Kansas City over Seattle, 14-0. Herman Hurd ran it in from 2, and Bill Kenny with a 34-yard touchdown pass. Tampa Bay leads Detroit 3-0 in the first. 3rd down and 7. Raiders with the ball at their 8. Here's Marcus Allen. Can't find anyone. Sims and James combining on Allen, who had a notion to throw the ball downfield.
I don't think this was a pass, though, Marv. He's looking to run it all the way. They threw on first down. Just good defense by the Patriots coming in. Both teams have been carried by their defense the first 3 ball games. Their offense, both of them come into this game sputtering, not playing that well.
I'm told after that punt by Camarillo a moment ago, the Raiders complaining to the officials that they have been given a better football to punt with when Ray Guy unleashed as opposed to Camarillo.
You got to check the ball boys for that one.
Irving Fryer settling under it. So Fryer, who returned one for 85 yards last week against Buffalo, not able to make the move. James Davis all. Thank you, Bob. We have 6.5 left, first quarter in Foxborough. Beautiful sunshine day. Sellout crowd on hand. Patriots now first down at the 45-yard line. Here's Collins to midfield. Matt Millen, the inside linebacker, on the tackle. And he lost his helmet in the process. Tony Collins in his 5th season out of East Carolina.
Patriots like to run the ball, and what they like to do it with is Tony Collins, 33. We're going to have to get back to this in a minute, the scouting report. But basically what they try to do is run the football. With Collins straight blocking up ahead, fullback leading the play.
5, 2nd down and 5. Good second effort as Collins picks up the first down. Reggie McKenzie and Matt Millen combining to make the stop. Patriots first down at the Raider 45-yard line. Raiders lead 7-3. An interception by Lippett of New England led to a 47-yard field goal by Franklin, and a Lester Hayes interception run back for the TD, giving the Raiders the 7-3 edge. Second back through is Collins. And a short pickup, Lyle Alzado on the stop.
We're going to have to get back to the scouting report again. Telestrator is not working properly. We'll have to get back to that. But basically what I was talking about, I formation, the Patriots, as they're doing right now, like to run the football. They're going to run it straight ahead and let Collins pick a spot anywhere along the line.
Well, the greasy pencil and the telestrator rambunctious once again. That's the case in our game last week when the Packers took on the Jets. Collins able to break the tackle. Improvisation by Tony Collins. Moving to the 40, Van McElroy, the free safety, combining with Howie Long. So Raymond Berry calling out Tony Collins' number. And it will be a third down and 5. 4 minutes, 10 seconds to go in this first quarter. Sam Seal is in as the nickel back. Collins carrying the last 4 plays from scrimmage. Eason out of the shotgun, stepping up. Irving Pryor on a 40-yard pass play. Longest career reception for Irving Pryor, a 40-yard pass play, his second career TD in the NFL. He ran one in on a punt last week. So Tony Franklin adds the extra point, and Tony Eason is not a great fan of the shotgun formation, able to click right here.
Well, the thing that makes this work is his ability to move around in the pocket. You see him moving around. Great throw over the defensive back. There's been some criticism of Raymond Berry for not throwing the big play, being too conservative. That time, his big play receivers had a little bit more time because of the good protection. Again, the key to the game was controlling the line of scrimmage. Certainly the offensive line for the Patriots did at that time. It produced 6 points.
Tony Eason was sacked 60 times last season, and many felt the lack of the shotgun hurt him. Eason never used the shotgun in college. Why would it be tough for a guy to get accustomed to it?
I think basically, Marv, is you have to take your eyes off the defense and look to catch the football. And then by the time you look back up, your offensive linemen who are 6'4" and 6'5" have all stood up. So it's tough to look over their heads to get the coverage that you need to throw the football. But I think the advantage of it outweighs the disadvantages. The advantages are you're deep already in the pocket. You can see the protection. You can see if anybody is breaking into that protection and have any problems. That time he took the snap a little bit low, moved around, and made the big play.
And the Patriots now lead at 10-7. Fulton Walker, recent pickup by way of the Miami Dolphins, now back deep for the first time, along with Clee Montgomery. And here's Montgomery to the 15. Good burst by Clee Montgomery. Stopped by Rod McSwain. Tony Eason throwing his third touchdown of the season. Looks like Montgomery shaken up. Let's see if we can check out the end of that kickoff return as Clee Montgomery put on a nice move right here.
Right there, it looks as though his ankle was trapped and may have been twisted or bent over a little bit. Appears to be with his right ankle, but he's been doing very well, Cleve Montgomery, returning both punts and kickoffs for the Raiders.
Averaging 21 yards per kickoff return. 5 plays, 55 yards, within 2 minutes and 42 seconds, capped off by the touchdown pass to Fryer. Correction, that was his 3rd touchdown in the NFL. He did catch one for a score last season.
You talk about a good shot of medicine, though, for Tony Eason, just what he needed. Having trouble the last couple of ball games, and it has to go back as we look. They're taking Cleve Montgomery off the field. It does appear to be his right ankle in that area. Tony Eason, 2 weeks ago against the Chicago Bears, had a difficult time with their blitzing, attacking, aggressive, bullish type of style of defense. And I've played against that type of defense before, and the Chicago Bears, and it can do something to a quarterback. Lack of confidence, you can say, hey, wait a minute, maybe I'm not as good as I thought I was. He needs a little bit of momentum going into this ball game, and he certainly got it with that long touchdown pass to Fryer.
Raiders first down from their 29. Allen stopped across the 32. Inside linebacker Larry McGrew. This telecast presented by authority of the National Football League, and it is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the New England Patriots and the National Football League is prohibited. Allen picked up 3, 2nd down and 7 at the 32. And Mark Wilson able to complete to Marcus Allen, but short of the first down. For Wilson, his first completion. Andre Tippett on the stop. And they continue to check out Cleve Montgomery. Bob, getting back to the Chicago Bear game, an easy victory for the Bears over the Patriots. Many Chicago players said that the Patriots were so predictable, they knew what was coming.
Well, I think Raymond Berry kept it simple because he had a lot of offensive linemen that were injured, a lot of new players in that ballgame. But when the more complex the defense, the more simple your offense is, all you have to do is execute.
3rd down 3. Again Allen for the first down. Nice move, but he stopped. Roland James and Steve Nelson on the tackle. A 9-yard advance. Marcus Allen, at age 25, has reached all the plateaus. High school, college All-American, Heisman winner, All-Pro, Rookie of the Year, Super Bowl, Most Valuable Player.
And as a quarterback, he's your best friend. When you have somebody you can hand the ball off and good things will happen, or sneak out of the backfield and throw to, he's your best friend.
First out at the 45. There's our first flag of the day. Allen picked up 3. McGrew on the stop. It's Tippett, Nelson, McGrew, and Blackman at the linebacker positions. A look at the officials, headed by Gordon McCarter, who indicated the penalty against the Patriots.
Dean Look, the old quarterback from Michigan State's side judge.
What do you mean old? Former. Former quarterback, Bob.
Offside, number 56 defense. 5-yard penalty, first down 5.
Andre Tippett called for the offside. The last couple of weeks, you and I have telecast games that have been marathon penalty affairs. So it is a nice change to see that this is the first penalty called, and we go almost the entire first quarter.
The Raiders have always been up there in the most penalties called against them, but almost the whole first quarter without one.
Here's Allen. What a gorgeous move. He gave the old shoulder dip, and in doing so, picked up another Raider first down.
The Patriots are number 5 against the rush in the National Football League, but I think the Patriots realize that the Raiders are going to come out and try to run the football because they need that balance to go with Marcus Allen. Marcus Allen needs some run support. He cannot do it all himself just coming into the ballgame.
That is Toby Williams, 3-year man from Nebraska. First offensive advance for the Raiders into New England territory.
One of the interesting matchups today, Marv, is Todd Christensen, known for his receiving abilities, and Andre Tippett. As we take a look right here, Tippett, 56 on the right side, one of the best blitzing linebackers in the National Football League, doing a good job of holding his man up, taking the outside. Now the support was supposed to come inside from that. Tippett did his job in holding his man at the line of scrimmage.
And Andre Tippett finally receiving the recognition. Some have called him the Lawrence Taylor of the AFC, which doesn't excite Andre. He says perhaps Taylor is the Andre Tippett of the NFC.
Well, he had 18.5 sacks as we look at Toby Williams, who was injured on the play, but last year Tippett leading all of the linebackers in the National Football League with 18.5 sacks. That's a lot of sacks for a linebacker.
And the crowd responds to Toby Williams as he tries to run it off. There's Clee Montgomery, and the word on Clee, who went down a couple of minutes ago, a bruised knee, and it is hopeful that he will be able to return. Minute 29 left, first quarter. The Patriots lead the Raiders by the score of 10-7. Raiders first down at the New England 40-yard line. They go with Don Mosbar at center, replacing the injured Dave Dolby, who will see action. Dolby bothered by an ankle injury. Bruce Davis, Mickey Marvin at the guards. Henry Lawrence, Shelby Jordan at the tackle. Here's Allen. Picked up a couple. The left defensive end, Ken Sims there, along with linebacker Don Blackman. Now keep an eye on number 55 as you check this play again.
The bookend defensive linebackers, 55 Blackman waving across at 56 Tippett. The strength of this defensive core are the linebackers, the outside linebackers. Christensen throws a roll block, tries to get him down. Blackman throws the Christensen out of the way and gets in for a piece of the tackle.
Down at 8. Wilson with time. There's a man wide open. It's Dookie Williams. Touchdown. Dookie Williams leaving Ronnie Lippett behind. And the Raiders recapture the lead in what has been an explosive first quarter.
What they did is they got even with Lippett for intercepting the first pass of the ball game, was playing a little bit tight, hoping to pick off another one. The Raiders said, we'll have none of that. We'll just do a little look and go on you, and made the touchdown.
38-yard pass play, and here is Chris Barr looking to add the extra point. 6 plays, 71 yards, capped off by Wilson connecting with Dookie Williams. Williams coming down with his second touchdown of the season.
What he did now was, when he went down, made a little move like he was going to the out again, and this time Lippett jumped on the out thinking, I intercepted one, maybe you're going to do it again. Williams with a little move to the outside, and he had him beat by 10 yards downfield. You can bet when they went over to the sideline after the interception, they talked, and Williams told Wilson, he's settling on me, he's sitting on me, let's go and out and up and get downfield. Play work to perfection.
Mark Wilson throwing his first touchdown of 1985. He's now 3 for 6 on the day. He took over for Jim Plunkett last week, and like Plunkett, had his troubles with the 49ers, completing only 1 of 6. 49 seconds remaining.
The Raiders are one team offensively, Marv, that will challenge you deep. They're always looking for the deep pass, especially with their wide receivers. They'll run, they'll run, they'll run, they'll hit you in the belly, and then they'll go for the big bomb outside.
Kickoff by Barr. 49 seconds left first quarter. Here's Stephens starring and decides to stay there. So they'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. Check of the NFL scoreboard. Washington still in front of Chicago on that 7-yard touchdown run by Riggins. Kansas City over Seattle 14-zip in the second. Dallas 7 and Houston nothing. Danny White to Tim Newsom on a 7-yard play. Giants and Eagles no score in the second. And Green Bay and St. Louis 0-0 in the second. First down from the 20. Craig James with a short pickup. Martin and McKenzie on the stop. Tampa Bay in front of Detroit, 3-0. And Minnesota over Buffalo, 7-0. Getting back to the Green Bay Packers, how about Lynn Dickey coming out during the week and saying, I don't want to play because I'm just not feeling up to it.
We did that ball game and last week, and I was shocked to hear a quarterback starting in the NFL. His confidence must really be shot, and that's what it comes to.
So he asked out, did not want to start this week. Collins, with nothing to show, Brad Van Pelt was right there, and that is the end of the first quarter here in Foxborough. The score after one, the Raiders 14 and the Patriots 10. There is Howie Long. Last Sunday, Howie went after San Francisco offensive line coach Bob McKittrick because Long was upset that he was being leg whipped all day. McKittrick said it wasn't a leg whip. It's what we call a reverse body block. 49ers say they always do it even in practice, and they have never injured a defensive lineman. Do you buy that?
They never do that in practice, I'll guarantee you.
Oh. 3rd down and 7 from the 23. And Eason unleashes. Cedric Jones on the reception. 18-yard pass play. Jones stopped by Davis and McElroy.
Good pass protection this time. Throwing against the zone. The Raiders dropping off of their tight pressure man-to-man coverage. You'll see nobody really close to the receiver. Good throw by Eason and good protection up front.
And we're told that Toby Williams of the Patriots suffered a hyperextended left knee, and it's uncertain as to whether he will return. First down at the 41. Eason with a bullet. Stanley Morgan across the 40. Davis and McElroy again on the tackle. A 21-yard pass play, and Eason and the Patriots are heating up. 2 passes in a row, 2 big completions. That's the thing the fans up here like to see. They've been seeing a lot of this. Straight blocking by the offensive line, the fullback out here, and letting Collins pick any one of his routes that he wants to go to. That's what they've seen too much of. They want to see a little bit more explosiveness. And an extraordinary comeback by the telestrator, Bob. First down at the 38. Eason getting the time. This time Lofton. Collins. It'll be a 1st and goal for New England. And Eason mixing it up very well. What they got right here, Marv, you play man-to-man coverage in the secondary, which they're good enough, and you're going to get linebacker coverage on one of your quick backs. McKenzie, 54, a 10th round draft choice, trying to cover Collins out of the backfield. That's certainly a mismatch, and you'll take that anytime as an offense or a quarterback, anytime you can get it. 36-yard pass play. Eason now 5 for 9, 125 yards. 1st and goal from the 2. Tatupu and Weathers now at the running backs. Mosi Tatupu, the short yardage specialist, stacked up.
This drive, the offensive line has really been dominating. Here you'll see a good shot of the defense now coming across. 99 is Jones, 75 Long, all in the secondary. That's the reason they stopped the play. But first down passes, the last 2 first downs, Patriots getting away from their conservatism and throwing the ball on first down. You've got to control the line of scrimmage, and you just cannot run every time on first down.
And Tatupu lost the yard. 2nd and goal from the 3. That's Hawthorne in motion. And Eason to throw. Broken up by Mike Davis. Got a hand in front of the tight end, Derek Ramsey, in his 8th season out of Colorado.
Good coverage all the way by Mike Davis, who really gets overlooked. 3 of the 4 defensive backs went to the Pro Bowl. Davis didn't. This was an ill-advised throw. Good coverage by Davis. Could have been picked off. He was covered from the get-go. Now you're in a purely passing situation. This might be not a bad time to run, but before, on 2nd down, they were looking for the pass.
Again, Tatupu and Weathers at the setback positions. Mason off the roll through the hands of Lynn Dawson. And the Patriots are not able to cash in for the 6, so here comes the field goal unit.
Trying to get a traffic problem created between the two wide receivers coming to the inside, the halfback going outside. The halfback was covered, so he comes back off to Dawson, just bounces off his hand.
Tony Franklin will attempt a 20-yard field goal. He hit earlier from 47. As you can see, he is barefoot. He has been very concerned. Apparently, he hides the other shoe, and on 3 occasions this season, he has lost the other shoe.
So who's taking? Chip shot for Franklin. I'm concerned about the shoe, Marv. We got to find out.
We'll get back to that later. A 20-yard field goal by Franklin, and the Patriots pull within 1. A beautiful sunshine day in Foxborough. Marv Albert with Bob Griese as you watch the kickoff carry out of bounds, and they will do it again. Fulton Walker and Sam Seal are back deep now. Clay Montgomery, we're told, will not return to the action. Clay hurting his knee in the first quarter. There's Tony Franklin, man who has been reborn with the Patriots after several rough years with the Philadelphia Eagles.
You know, when he first came into the league, he could kick the ball higher and further than anyone I'd ever seen before. But you know, as sometimes happens to these kickers, either the punters or the field goal kickers, he kind of went away there for a while. Didn't do so well. And sometimes when you practice by yourself all day for 6 months, I guess that kind of happens. The kickers are always over there on the other field by themselves, but he certainly is reborn here. He's doing a great job.
You sound like you're treating him with scorn when you say something happens to these what do you call them, kickers?
They're always by themselves. They're psychic. They gotta convince themselves to do something during practice.
Nice guy, Bob. And this is Seal, 25. Just short of the 30-yard line. Sam Seal in his second season in the NFL out of Weston State in Colorado from Barbados in the West Indies.
There's a first down plays, a number of plays on first down. The Raiders have had 6 and averaging 3.6. If you average 4, it's normally a success. 10 plays for the Patriots, averaging 9.2. The key already in this ball game is that the defense for the Raiders have stopped the Patriots twice when they could have scored touchdowns.
And the Raiders lead by 1, 14-13. First down at the 30. Play action. Mark Wilson with time, and then hauled down. It's Ken Sims, the man who has applied the pressure but does not seem to come up with the sacks. And a guy, although he had a solid season last year, the feeling is still has not played like a #1 draft pick.
Well, they say he's not mean enough. He's too happy-go-lucky. What he needs to do is get a little meaner, get a little madder when he's out there playing. This time he doesn't stop, keeps going, and gets his first sack of the season.
A loss of 6 on the play. 2nd and 16 back at the 24. Allen in motion. Wilson looking toward Allen, then goes the middle. Nice play. Todd Christensen on the reception, but a short pickup. Steve Nelson all over Christensen. Redskins now lead the Bears 10-7 in the second quarter. St. Louis in front of Green Bay 9-0 in the second. Tampa Bay and Detroit are tied at 3 in the second quarter. And it's still Minnesota 7 and Buffalo 0. Third down and 10. Wilson is 4 for 7, 57 yards. Intercepted once, and he's thrown a touchdown. Again the time. And a first down for the Raiders. Marcus Allen on the receiving end. A 17-yard play. Blackman and James on the stop of Allen.
We said in the scouting report, Marcus Allen and Christensen. Now here's Allen right here. He's going to come out of the backfield and circle right downfield. Christensen, the other one, will come across. Now the Patriots know that he likes to go to those two receivers in possession. As you'll see, The defensive back to the outside, another one inside. Allen ducks underneath him and makes the catch.
Third catch of the day by Allen. And it sets a 1st and 10 at the 47.
They actually had double coverage on Allen that time.
Timeout. Patriots, number 1.
One linebacker outside, one inside, but of course, Allen made a good play. We'll be right back after this.
Raiders first down from the 47 as we resume. Hawkins not able to turn it. Frank Hawkins covered well by the outside linebacker, Don Blackman. And there is Andre Tippett, the linebacker on the other side on the left. They call him the Karate Kid. He actually holds a second-degree belt in martial arts. And, you know, Bob, he is now teaching karate in this area. 7 of his teammates are enrolled in his karate class.
And what an overkill that is. The guy's probably 6'3", about
overkill, good.
245, and he needs black belt to rush the passer, right? 18.5 sacks. You got enough trouble coming in as a quarterback with a guy with normal talent, let alone a black belt.
2nd down and 8. Allen. He had the acceleration, but Steve Nelson able to cut him off.
Steve Nelson is probably is right here. Now watch him where as he comes over and makes a tackle. He is the brains of this defense. Blackman and Tippett get all the attention, but Nelson's been in there for so long. The captain, the leading tackler on the team last year and also so far this year, is the quarterback, makes all the calls. And when Rod Russ came back, the defensive coordinator, he was the happiest man on this team.
And they go double tight end with this 3rd down and 8. Wilson looking for the first down, but snuffed out by the free safety, Fred Marion. There's Marion, number 31, in his 4th season out of the University of Miami. Took over the starting job last year from Rick Sanford.
Look downfield now. You don't see any black jerseys in there that are open that he could see when he had time to throw. Took off. Just tight man-to-man coverage in the secondary and a lot of pressure on the quarterback. Wilson takes off running.
So the punting unit has come on. Let's see, will Ray Guy get the lively ball or the dead ball this time? Raiders claiming that the Patriots are getting the lively ball. Lively snap. Look out. And it will be goodbye. The Karate Kid did not need any martial arts maneuvers to pick up this one.
Well, the snap was not bad. Went right through Ray Guy's hands. The Karate Kid picks it up, but you know, Marv, I don't know who was in there, but on our rosters, the punt snappers for the Raiders are both tight ends. Parker, number 81, and Junkin, 87, both are the snappers, but that snap was good enough for him to catch. It was right in his hand.
We'll have to get another look at it. Tippett running it in from 25 yards away, and here is Franklin. So the Patriots, in what has been a seesaw affair, now lead it 20-14. 5 coming up at halftime, and a wild first half here in Foxborough. Andre Tippett just scored his first NFL touchdown, and the long snapper for the Raiders, backup tight end, Trey Junkin. And we'll get another look at that in a moment. This is Seal on the return, pulling away. Seal to the 40. So a couple of broken tackles, and Sam Seal with a 24-yard kickoff return. Cedric Jones able to force him out of bounds.
There's Trey Junkin. He's a center on the punt snaps, but right here, it wasn't a bad snap. Now, Tippett is going to come from this side and make the play on it, but as you'll see, the snap is right where you want it. It's a little bit high, but certainly a man of Guy's ability can make that catch. He does it all the time. Scoops the ball up. The Patriots have what they call a practice drill for recovering fumbles. He kind of reached one hand down there and just scooped it up and vacuumed him up, and off he went.
Patriots lead at 20. to 14. Marcus Allen out across the 45. We pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network.
You're watching WXFL Channel 8, Tampa, St. Petersburg.
This is Marv Albert with Bob Griese back in Foxborough. Bob Griese, who has effectively slapped around the telestrator once again this week, and finally, after much intimidation, looks to be working.
If you get both your hands about a foot apart and just slap it on either side, it usually works.
Second down and 5. Wilson tried to dump it to the tight end, Christensen. Good pop by the strong safety. There he is, Roland James. And Christensen had some words and received the reaction from the crowd. He was not happy with that last hit by James.
Christensen has this great knack of going downfield from his tight end position about 10 to 12 yards. There'll be linebackers on either side of him, and it's like he has a clock in his head. At the right time, he'll push off at one linebacker or the other, and he'll be open. He's a great target for a quarterback. That time, James with good coverage.
Third down, 5. Wilson with the sideline pass, nearly picked off again. Raymond Claiborne saw only daylight downfield.
That was a touch pass. He just didn't get, the receiver was open. He just didn't get it over Claiborne's hand. I'll tell you, Marv, there's something about playing in this stadium, whether it's the long shadows or the artificial turf that make the ball slippery or what, but the Raiders are not playing that well offensively. They've made a couple big plays, but it's been a strange ball game. You know, you're seeing interceptions, you're seeing punts go through punters, snaps going through punters' hands. But it was always that way when I came up here. And it's just the feeling, it's the atmosphere. I don't know what it is, but it's a tough place to play.
You had problems here. Sour grapes, Bob. All right, this time the snap carries through.
Put some stickum on.
Yeah. And Fryer lets it go.
You see that kick going 90 degrees to the right.
Stacy Turan back to cover, and it took a nice hop for the Raiders, a 49-yard punt. So with just under 7 remaining in this first half, the Patriots lead it 20-14. Let's recap this lively first half. The 47-yard field goal by Franklin got it going.
Following the interception.
Right, the intercept by Lippett, and then Hayes on an interception gave the Raiders a 7-3 lead. Fryer went 40, connecting with Eason. Then Williams on a 38-yard reception. Doki Williams for the Raiders. Tippett gobbling up that fumbled snap. And that's the way we stand. Patriots lead at 20-14. First down at the 5-yard line off the good punt by Ray Guy. Here's Collins trying the left side. Brad Van Pelt on the tackle. Millen and Van Pelt combining.
Bill Pickell in the middle of that defensive line. He's played nose tackle before, but this year he is playing it for the first time on first down against the run. He always came in on second and third and long to rush the passer. This year, added responsibility, nose tackle playing the run.
Collins and James are the setbacks. Play action, and Eason has his man. Collins tried to over the shoulder it, covered by Mike Davis.
You get a good shot of the play action pass, which is a good call down here. Collins out of the backfield, good safe throw. You throw it over his head, he catches it and no one else. Now that ball should have been caught. Collins just tried to catch it into his body a little bit too soon, but I'll tell you, when you're backed up in your own end zone on your own 5 or 6, 8 yard line, looking into that sun, it's tough to see downfield and complete passes.
Eason has a third down and 6 from the 9. Big rush, able to complete, but picked up very short yardage. Turan on the play, the tight end Derek Ramsey made the catch. And so Rich Camarillo will have to punt from deep in his territory. Camarillo has punted 23 times this season. Of his last 5, 3 have been 50 yards or longer. And the two that were not were 47 and 49.
The special teams of the Patriots are excellent in all regards. Camarillo and Franklin, both good kickers. Of course, good return people with Irving Fryer and Stephen Starr.
And Fulton Walker back as the punt returner. He ran back a couple of kickoffs. At least it was back for kickoffs earlier. This is his first punt return.
Delay of game, offense.
So the 30-second clock expiring. And there is Fulton Walker, one-time Miami Dolphin.
He had that great kickoff return in the Super Bowl out in L.A.
And Walker led the NFL in kickoff returns back in 1983. Big rush, and he just did get it off. Here's Walker. Effective coverage downfield by the Patriots. 48-yard punt and a 12-yard return.
The Raiders had the block on that time. All 10 men on the line of scrimmage. Not much for Walker to do, but just head upfield.
Bears have come from behind and now lead Washington. McMahon just threw his second touchdown pass of the game. Tampa Bay in a field goal battle with Detroit, leading at 6-3. And Minnesota now in front of Buffalo, 13-3. Tommy Kramer has thrown 2 for the Vikings. Bob Costas, Ahmad Rashad, Pete Axtell, upcoming at halftime. A review of what is going on around the NFL and a look at the baseball situation. There's Wilson throwing, first down, throwing the bomb. The pass intended for the rookie from Florida State, Jesse Hester. One of the problems the Raiders have had offensively is not being able to complete the big play. And this has been a big play offensive team down through the years. Why the problems this season?
I just think they have young receivers, Marv. Cliff Branch is not playing. Barnwell was traded away. This ball is a little bit underthrown, and the reason might be that Cliff Branch, if he were in there, he may have slowed up around the 15 or the 20-yard line and allowed the ball to get in there. He was too far downfield, and the ball was underthrown, but it could have been the fault of the receiver.
There's Allen on second down. And has the first down. Marcus Allen run out by Fred Marion for Marcus, an 11-yard run.
You know, getting back to that last play, when you run takeoffs or ups or fly patterns, you just don't go downfield and run as fast as you can. As we look at this trap play with the underhand handoff, you just don't run straight down the field. You kind of set your defensive man up. You may hang a little bit and then go on down the field. And the young receivers need to learn that. They're still throwing the deep passes, but they're not hitting on them.
Dokie Williams to the right, and now Jim Smith to the left. Frank Hawkins stopped by Don Blackman. Been a solid first half for the outside linebacker. Don Blackman making it back from a neck injury. 4.5 remaining in this first half. The Patriots 20, the Raiders 14. Second down and 10. Mark Wilson is 5 for 11, 74 yards. 3 straight incompletions for Wilson. Had nowhere to throw. Could not find anyone. And Steve Nelson all over this guy, number 6, Mark Wilson, in his 6th season out of Brigham Young, a Raiders #1 draft pick back in 1980.
Wilson actually had a man open downfield, Marv. Dokie Williams had gone down about 15, 18 yards and broke to the sideline, but there were a couple of defensive players chasing him in between he and Williams, and he couldn't actually see him. So that's a factor when you're seeing it from high like we are. You're seeing over everybody, and you think everybody's open.
Second sack for the Patriots. The intended receiver was Kenny King, who just checked into the Raider backfield, and the hand is for the New England defensive unit.
The big play offense that the Raiders try to use They throw the ball downfield a lot. You're never going to have high percentage completions, but you don't concern yourself with that. They're going to hit 40, 50%. You're not going to hit 60 or 65%, but you're going to get some big plays in there, and the Raiders aren't concerned about statistics.
Well, this season they have been going underneath. It's been a dink offense that has produced yards, but not points, except that opening day clobbering of the New York Jets. Ray Guy, again a high snap. Angles. And able to put it out inside the 15-yard line. A 26-yard punt, but an effective directional punt by Guy.
Well, this is one of those, he's not concerned with height or hang time. It's direction, and any way he can get it. He just wants to get it. If he goes sideways, spins sideways, end over end, or whatever, he's concerned about accuracy, and whatever way you can get the ball out of bounds inside the 20 is what he's looking for.
Chicago now over Washington 28-10. The Redskins coming at 1-2, and now St. Louis leading Green Bay 16-0. First down for the Patriots from their 13. Craig James, who has not been able to get going to this point. Bill Pickell, the nose tackle, on the stop. Raiders have Long, Pickell, and now Sean Jones up front. They continue to rotate with Long, Alzado, Townsend, Jones, Pickell, Stalls. Second down at 5 out of the 18. This is Collins. Picked up a yard. Jones was there. And this is a homecoming for Sean Jones, who played his college football at Northeastern. He was the Raiders' top draft pick last year, a second-round selection. Crowd reacting to the announcement of the Chicago Bear Washington Redskins score. 3rd and 4 for New England. They lead the Raiders 20-14 with 2:40 left, first half. Here's James. Again, nothing. Pickell on the stop.
Fans not too happy with that, as of course a booze goes up, but I think that was probably the correct call. Either that or something short over the middle, but I think Raymond Berry at this point in time, with 2:20 left in the first half, as the Raiders stop the clock, I think they're pretty happy with where they are at this point. They're just willing to kick the ball away and play defense.
At halftime, we rejoin NFL 85, hosted by Bob Costas, and a look at all the scores and highlights from around the National Football League. And a check of the baseball pennant races. That'll be coming up at halftime. And this has been an explosive first half. Defense playing a major role in it. The Lester Hayes interception, he returned it for a 26-yard touchdown. Lippett's interception for the Patriots, leading to a Franklin field goal. Then we had Eason to Fryer on a 40-yarder. Wilson to Dokie Williams for a 38-yard touchdown pass play. Another Franklin field goal. And the snap that the guy could not handle, picked up by Andre Tippett, and he rumbled his way home from 25 yards away.
You know, the bad part about being Ray Guy and back there and dropping the punt, first of all, is that now, after you drop the punt, all of your friends or your teammates are going downfield to cover it, and you're back there with Blackman and Tippett, a black belt and a guy that could be a black belt, and you got to tackle one of them.
2 minutes and 20 seconds to go in this first half, as Camarillo will punt from his 12. And a beauty. Fulton Walker under it. And Walker putting on the speed, getting to the 45-yard line. Johnny Rembert able to trip up number 41, Fulton Walker. So the Raiders back to the offense. 52-yard punt. by Camarillo.
Walker became expendable when the Dolphins picked up another defensive back, or when they activated Glenn Blackwood. Came back from his holdout. They had 9 defensive backs on the roster and felt that Fulton was expendable, let him go, and the Raiders picked him up, and it's working out well to their advantage because Cleve Montgomery, who usually handles both, is out of the game now with a bruised knee.
That is Dokie Williams split to the right side. First down for the 46. Wilson throwing on the run. Again, an ad-lib play, hitting Todd Christensen for the first down.
This is one of the things you're seeing in a lot of the young quarterbacks. We talked about it on NFL 85, about the young quarterbacks being able to move. Here's a quarterback that's still being able to move after 5 or 6 years.
And the 2-minute warning has been provided. We'll be right back. With the Raiders, there is always a controversy, and in past years, many of the players came out and supported Mark Wilson over Jim Plunkett when Plunkett was doing the job. The coaches said, no, let's stay with Plunkett. Of course, Plunkett delivered. Now I'm told there are several Raider players who feel that Rusty Hilger, the backup, should be in there instead of Wilson, who's replaced the injured Plunkett.
The backup is always the most popular player on the team with the players and also the fans. If the front guy is not doing his job, the fans all want the backup, and some of the players think they do, but it's the coach's decision. Normally he knows what's best.
And here's Wilson with a first down for the 43. Again, the tight end, Todd Christensen. This time a 12-yard advance. Steve Nelson on the stop, so Christensen in his 7th season out of Brigham Young, the money receiver for these Los Angeles Raiders. And a first down at the New England 31. Third catch of the day for Christensen. And Wilson, as you see, at 7 for 14. Minute 25 to go, first half. Wilson getting good protection. Penalty marker down. Dokie Williams inside the 5. But the call coming against the Raiders. It has been a penalty-free first half as we await the official call from Gordon McCarter.
Holding number 74 offense.
It's the left tackle, Shelby Jordan.
Here's Shelby Jordan right here, 74. See if we can pick up where the holding occurred. Got his left arm extended. You see, and the official right here, if you stop it, makes the call. He's looking right at it all the way. When you go to hold, you got to know where all the officials are.
All right, one-time Patriot Shelby Jordan starting at left tackle today. Called for the hold. Wilson again going the middle for Christensen. Fred Marion making the stop. Good distance short of the first down. A minute 6 to go in this first half, and a timeout has been called by the Raiders. With the timeout, Patriots lead it 20-14. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Foxborough. As you see, Patriots with 2 timeouts left. Raiders have 1. Minute 6 to go in this first half. And the Patriots lead it 20-14. Raiders with a 2nd and 11 at the New England 32. Wilson just throwing it away. He had no one in sight. And we have something brewing, to say the least. Could it be they are looking for Tony Franklin's shoe?
Now, I guarantee you, Tony Franklin is nowhere near that pile.
You saw 85, Dokie Williams.
Kickers and quarterbacks guard the bench when the rest of the team goes out to scuffle.
Let's see, will Dokie be called for 3rd man in? Looked like Ronnie Lippett was involved. There's Tony Franklin, who does have both of his shoes at the moment. Rod McSwain also involved. And when we get back to the football, it will be a 3rd down and 11. So the Raiders staying to the control style as Christensen and Allen have combined for 7 of the Raider 8 receptions. The other was the 38-yard touchdown catch by Dokie Williams. Now Williams to the right and Hester to the left at the near side. Allen and Hawkins, the running backs. Williams in motion. Big rush. And this is Wilson able to get away, but a flag thrown. Penalty marker is down. And again, it's against the Raiders. So the hold by Shelby Jordan hurt a moment ago. And again, the Raiders being penalized.
Holding, number 65, offense, 10-yard penalty,
This time,
repeat 3rd down.
It's the right guard, Mickey Marvin. Only the second penalty assessed on the Raiders. New England hit with 3. 50 seconds to go, first half. Patriots lead at 20-14. 3rd down and 21. At the New England 42. Wilson just able to get it away. Andre Tippett was looking for a call of within the grasp, but it will go as an incompleted pass, not a sack.
Andre Tippett, a linebacker, sometimes gets down as a defensive end, is the outside man on the line. They have such respect for him. They put him down as a defensive lineman. The back hits him. Lawrence, number 7, he says, whoa, I didn't expect you to go inside. Tippett makes the move. Have to be in the grasp and control. Is that one of those karate moves?
All right, here is Ray Guy. Out near midfield, and again looks to angle. And too much on it. So they'll bring it out to the 20. It's a 42-yard punt by Guy. And with 39 seconds to go in this first half, the Patriots take over at their 20. Quick check of the scoreboard as you see Tony Eason check in. Kansas City leading Seattle at the half, 21-0.
Kansas City was embarrassed last week at Miami.
Dallas 7, Houston 0 in the Battle of Texas. And they are at the half. St. Louis pouring it out against the Green Bay Packers, 19-0 in the second quarter. This is James, nearly slipped away, picked up 3. Frank James, the Patriots' leading rusher last year. Combination of speed and power, and did it with a strong second half of the season, ironically after his college coach, Ron Meyer, departed. Only 5 carries, 17 yards for James. Clock running down, and the fans responding to this first half effort by the Patriots. As the Patriots and Raiders depart for the halftime break. The Patriots leading it by the score of 20-14. And there's Clee Montgomery, who injured his knee in the first quarter, being helped off. He is through for the day. Clee Montgomery heading back. So the New England Patriots with a 20-14 lead. A lead touchdown, the result of the snap Not handled by punter Ray Guy. The snap by the backup tight end, Trey Junkin. And it was picked up by Andre Tippett, who was able to race it in to give the Patriots the lead. A couple of interceptions instrumental. Lippett of the Patriots leading to a field goal. Lester Hayes picked one off and ran it back 26 yards for the score. NFL 85, hosted by Bob Costas, just ahead. We'll be back after these messages from your local station. Foxborough, Massachusetts, Marv Albert along with Bob Griese, and at halftime, the Patriots lead the Raiders by the score of 20-4. Massachusetts, Marv Albert along with Bob Griese, and at halftime, the Patriots lead the Raiders by the score of 20-14. Shaky start for both quarterbacks, for both Tony Eason and Mark Wilson, with the interception by Lippett leading to the Franklin field goal, and then that interception by Hayes, which he was able to run in.
Well, exactly. Both quarterbacks started off slowly, picked up a little bit, but I think the defenses have really dominated the first half. Although we have a lot of scoring, the special teams have been involved, and also the defenses have been involved in scoring the points. Checking the quarterback stats in the first half, Eason 6 for 12, 128 yards. Wilson 8 for 17, 107 yards. Tony Eason, though, had a couple of good streaks. Well, he had that one drive where he threw a lot on first down, moved the ball down. They didn't get it in the end zone, but they're both playing better. Eason's playing better than he has, and of course Wilson, I think, coming in, he was a little nervous, a little jumpy. Of course, the interception showed that. I think he's settled down a little bit, but you're not going to get much rushing yard on either one of these defenses. You're going to have to throw the football. All right, Bob, as a regular feature of our telecast, we spotlight the Bob Griese keys at the start of the game. What about the keys that you touched upon earlier? Well, I think Mark Wilson has played well, but I don't think he's played well enough for the Raiders to win. I think, like I said, they have to get more into the passing game, not much running, because the Patriots are tough to run against. The New England offense has not allowed a sack, but by the same token, they've really not controlled the line of scrimmage. So the game, obviously, is up for grabs, and those keys still hold. All right, the Raiders' offensive touchdown was a hookup between this guy, Mark Wilson, and the speedster, Dokie Williams. And what happened was that number 85, Dokie Williams, went down and broke to the outside. Now, 42 Lippett intercepted that pass early on. And then what happened was later on, 85 went down and out, and then went straight down the field. And he was beaten, Lippett was beaten, number 42 was beaten on the play, and here we'll take a look at it. Dokie Williams will go down, out, and then up. And the pass is going to be completed for the touchdown. But good protection for Mark Wilson. Telestrator is obviously not working. We're going to try and draw that play up for you. But here's the other key play in the ball game. The snap that goes through Ray Guy's hands. He picks it up, tries to pick it up, and Andre Tippett scoops it up and runs it in for the touchdown for the score for the Patriots. And that's the score that has given New England a 20-14 lead as we head to the second half. Not much in terms of rushing by either the Raiders or the Patriots. I think the key thing are the turnovers. The turnovers have played a big role. The Raiders running one back for the touchdown, the only one that the Patriots have committed, and the Patriots having taking 2 turnovers from the Raiders and turning them into 10 points. Allen, 8 rushes, 32 yards. Collins has handled it 10 times for only 30 yards. Here's Stephen Starring on the return.
Stephen Starring returns the kick.
Starring out to the 25-yard line. Trey Junkin, Stacy Turan combined on the stop. And Tony Eason leads the offensive unit onto the field. Eason in his 3rd season out of Illinois, a first-round draft pick back in 1983. And he will start first down from his 24-yard line. And they come out of the eye. Osi Tatupu now in the backfield with Tony Collins. Here's Collins, led by Tatupu. Mike Davis able to trip him up. That New England offensive line, Brian Holloway and Steve Moore at the tackles. John Hanna, Ron Wooten at the guards. Pete Brock is at center. Steve Moore emerging as the starter when Darrell Haley was sidelined with And so Moore, a 3-year pro out of Tennessee State, has played well. 2nd down and 8 off the 2-yard pickup. Eason throwing. Intended for Irving Pryor. Covered by Lester Hayes. It'll be a 3rd down and 8. And there's head coach Tom Flores out of Fresno, California, in his 7th year as the Raider head coach. Tom Flores owning 4 Super Bowl rings, including 1 as a player and another as an assistant coach, 2 as a head coach. And a penalty flag is down. The pass intended for Cedric Jones. Lester Hayes covering, and it will be interference on Hayes.
Pass interference, number 37 defense, 1st and 10.
That'll cost 22 yards.
See, Rod Martin coming in 53 is picked up by the back, which is a good protection. Easton throws it off balance. Now watch here. Cedric Jones sees the ball, making a play to come back, and the problem is Lester Hayes did not see it, reached his arm out and interfered with the opportunity to catch the football.
1st down midfield, Craig James dancing, but 77 Lyle Alzado able to join him as a partner. And again, a flare-up. We had a brief scuffle late in the 1st half. Alzado trying to fire up the Raiders.
I think something was said. Maybe James may have said something to me like, I'm down, don't hit me so hard, or whatever. Maybe a little bit more forceful than that. But Alzado can get that defense fired up. He is the longtime senior citizen of that defensive line, has said that this will probably be his last year, and he knows how to psych that defense up and fire them up.
2nd down and 12. Paul Fairchild now at left guard, replacing John Hanna. Fairchild, a 2nd-year man from Kansas. Tony Collins on the reception, but the strong safety, Mike Davis, right there.
The Raider defensive line now, Marv, getting some pressure on Eason. He's not taking the sack, but he's having to deliver the ball a little bit before he would like to.
Well, not much doing in the Giant Philadelphia game. Finally a score. Paul McFadden, a 41-yard field goal for the Eagles. Eagles trying to avenge an earlier season loss to the Giants. 3rd down and 8 at midfield. Eason taking a long look. Again, a flag down. Intended for Derek Ramsey. Covered by Stacy Turan. And looks to be a hold. Here's referee Gordon McConnor.
Holding, number 66, offense, penalty decline, 4th down.
And that is Paul Fairchild, who came on for John Hanna, who's had an assortment of injuries.
Here's Fairchild right here playing in the place of John Hanna, who we were told may be out of the game a little bit, blocking on Howie Long. Long gets by him with an arm under, and he just grabs a hold of him. But better that than lose your quarterback.
And here is Rich Camarillo. And Fulton Walker let it go. And it's out of bounds at the 2. So Camarillo with a beauty, a 48-yard punt. And there is the managing general partner of the Los Angeles Raiders, Al Davis, who has not enjoyed what he has seen thus far today. Marcus Allen out across the 5-yard line. McGrew and Blackman on the stop. Check that it was Frank Hawkins on the carry. And we're told John Hanna, who missed the last series, replaced by Fairchild, is suffering from dehydration. and may be able to get back to it later on. 2nd down and 7 from the 5. Allen and Hawkins, the running backs. Play action, and Wilson with the bomb. Oh, what a catch! Dokie Williams stopped by Raymond Claiborne, and there, for the first time in several weeks, is the big play offense of the LA Raiders.
Coming out of his own end zone, as we take a look at Raymond Berry, a play action fake. Holds the linebackers and the pass rush. Good protection. He's able to step up in the pocket, see very well. Now it's just a jump ball. He's covered. There's good coverage by Claiborne. Now it's a jump ball. Dokie Williams has inside. Claiborne goes up for it, but the receiver comes down with the football.
And Dokie Williams is the Raiders' deep threat, particularly with Cliff Branch at the end of a superb career on Branch's sideline. 55-yard pass play, his 2nd catch of the day. That's Henry Lawrence, the right tackle, heading off. Lawrence limping off. And Kevin Belcher, a rookie from Wisconsin, a 7th-round draft pick, replacing Lawrence at right tackle. So Jordan, the former Patriot, and Belcher at the tackles. Davis and Marvin at the guards, and Don Mosbar in at center.
Wouldn't be surprised, Marv, to see him go again deep on an early down.
First down at the Patriot 40-yard line. And Allen looking to throw. They go to the halfback option, which has been executed very well by Allen. Intended for Jesse Hester. But a flag is down.
There is no flag on the play. The contact by the defensive back was legal.
Here you take another look at it. The Raiders always pressing the issue. Offense, they want to put pressure on you. They just got to the 40-yard line. The first play they do is a play-action pass, a little flip back to... The man was open. He threw the ball back over his shoulder, so he had to come back and allow Claiborne, 26, to break it up. But they had it, didn't hit it.
And the flag was waved off. So Gordon McCarter says no flag, 2nd and 10. Wilson stepping up, throwing a beautiful pass, but it died. It looked like it was headed toward Jim Smith and then fell short, and Fred Marion actually had a shot at it.
Ball was just underthrown. He was Smith was behind. As we take a look at the pass rush of Tippett, 56, on the rookie Belcher. 76 quarterback steps up in the pocket. Tippett doesn't get his man, but Smith was open on that play. Wilson just didn't get the ball out to him.
So the Raiders now, with a gambling series, they go for the bomb, succeed. Marcus Allen looks to throw, so he's now 1 for 2 throwing the football this season. And Wilson had nowhere to go, being chased by Ben Thomas and Larry McGrew. Thomas, the rookie from Auburn, number 99.
Looks like he's shaken up, Art.
And Wilson hobbling toward the sideline. There is the backup quarterback, Rusty Hilger, a rookie from Oklahoma State.
It's 4th down, so they'll go for the field goal, but scrambling around with good protection. Thomas chases him. Let's see if we can see. Right there, it looks like he hurt his left. His left or his right. He did it before he fell down, obviously. That's one of the things about artificial turf fields, Marv. The traction on the rubber-soled shoe is so good with the artificial turf that you can hurt yourself without any contact.
And Ray Guy will punt for the 6th time today. He's out at midfield. And looking to angle. Not able to do it. They'll bring it out to the 20, a 34-yard kick by Guy, and a timeout called with 4 minutes gone by in this 3rd quarter. The Raiders medical staff working on quarterback Mark Wilson as the Patriots lead were early third quarter. Robert Weathers getting a second life. Reggie McKenzie, the rookie from Tennessee, combining with Matt Millen.
There's the battle in the trenches. 75 is Howie Long, playing over Steve Moore, the third-year player. Just kind of scoots around. Moore guard picks up the guard, knocks him off, but Moore didn't get his block, but Howie Long busted up the play.
Second down and 7. Patriots not able to do it on the ground. And Weathers again on a slant. Robert Weathers in his 4th season out of Arizona State. And Mark Wilson, we're told, with an injured right ankle and his return up in the air. It's a 3rd down and 4 for New England. And Eason throwing the middle and batted down, intended for Fryer. Mike Davis got a piece of it.
He had his man open. He just overthrew the ball. Mike Davis is right here. Pattern is going to come down and right in front of him. Eason not throwing the ball well on this play. As you see, come off the line of scrimmage is open right there. He threw it more to the inside, expecting Fryer to move in, and Fryer just hooked around right where he was.
And following that early scoring flurry, particularly in the first quarter and early second quarter, things have certainly calmed down. Camarillo getting it away. This is Fulton Walker on the return to the Raider 45-yard line. 6 minutes have gone by. In this third quarter, 42-yard punt, 12-yard return. We'll be right back. With Mark Wilson sidelined by an ankle injury, we will now see the National Football League debut for the rookie out of Oklahoma State, Rusty Hilger. What is going through his mind?
Well,
right
he's
now?
nervous. There's no doubt about that. They have a lot of confidence in this young man. They think he may be a quarterback of the future for him. But I think he's better off coming off the bench in the middle of a game than he is practicing all week and having to think about it. So if he's going to play well, this would be the time to do it.
And he hands off to Marcus Allen. The good news for Rusty is that Henry Lawrence is back in at right tackle. He left a moment ago. Rusty Hilger, Raiders' 6th-round draft pick. He can throw long and can run. Had an impressive preseason. The all-time passing leader for the Cowboys of Oklahoma State, setting a host of records. 2nd down and 3 at the New England 47. Williams in motion, and again to the ground, and a first down picked up by Allen. Larry McGrew on the cover-up.
The Raiders normally call the plays don't normally call the plays. They usually let their quarterbacks call them, but they are sending him in for Hilger at this point and sticking to the ground game just to get him a little bit of, as we see the scores go by on the bottom of your screen, just to get him a little confidence, get him in the flow of the ball game.
And now the Giants have tied up the Eagles in the third quarter. St. Louis in front of Green Bay. Marcus Allen, 10 carries, 44 yards, so it's been quiet thus far. And again to Allen. Flag thrown. Allen attempting to change direction. Stopped by Julius Adams. Incidentally, this is the final year for Julius Adams. He says number 85 will retire after 85 at the age of 37.
Unless he changes his jersey number.
To 86.
Get to fight Stanley Morgan for that one.
All right, Detroit over Tampa Bay in the third. And Minnesota leads Buffalo in the third quarter. Here's Gordon McCarter.
Left side of the defensive line. Penalty accepted. First down and 5.
First down and 5 for the Raiders at the New England 37.
This is the area of the field where the Raiders like to put the ball up deep. The defense don't think you're going to throw deep because you're on their 35, 36, 37-yard line, but the Raiders have already gone deep twice from this area today.
Fumble the snap and able to hang on. Right here, let's pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network.
You're watching WXFL Channel 8, Tampa, St. Petersburg.
Marv Albert, Bob Griese from Foxborough. Beautiful day here in the New England area. The Patriots leading the Raiders 20-14. Rusty Hilger has taken over from Mark Wilson at quarterback for the LA Raiders. Wilson replacing the injured Jim Plunkett, dislocating his shoulder last week in the loss to the 49ers. Here's Hilger throwing for the first time. He had Jim Smith wide open and threw a fastball that was high and wide.
That's exactly right, Marv. He had him so wide open, I'm sure Hilger couldn't believe it. He makes a rookie mistake. He had him so wide open, he tried to drill it in there. He didn't have to do this. You see McGrew blitzing up the middle. All he had to do was put a little bit more air under the ball. It's too flat a throw, wide open. There's not a Patriot around him. If he would have just given him, as we see Wilson going to the locker room, if he would have just given the ball a little bit more air, more time to catch the football.
It's a 3rd down and 5 at the Patriots 37. Allen peels off. Incomplete. Ronnie Libet covering on the play. So Hilger with the opportunity, he had Smith wide open just as, ironically, Mark Wilson was leaving the field heading to the clubhouse. You know, there has been talk that the Raiders are looking for yet another quarterback. Larry King had it on the NFL 85 show that Richard Todd of the New Orleans Saints is a man the Raiders are interested in. That has been talked about earlier this season. And another name that has cropped up, Doug. Here's Guy. Again, a directional punt. And let's see. We'll have to wait and see where they mark it. Just inside the 10. So a good one by Guy. We'll be right back. And there's the rookie wide receiver, Jesse Hester, who has similar muscular structure to that of our producer, David Neal. Being taped up. The Patriots will start out from the 9. Ray Guy with a 28-yard punt, and his punting statistics will not look pretty, but he's been able to angle out several within the 20-yard line. So forget about statistics when it comes to the punting of Guy. Nice move by James. Run out by McElroy. James turning it up. Craig James just short of a first down on that last run. It's 2nd and less than a yard at the 19. Collins has the first down. Mike Davis, the strong safety, making the stop. Stacy Turan replacing Lester Hayes at the left cornerback position for this serve.
Turan's a fine prospect. 6th round draft choice last year. Got a lot of playing time in the nickel situations. He's a good hitter. They're very high on him.
New England first down at the 20. All the scoring of the first half. Nothing at all thus far. 3rd quarter with 6:20 remaining. And here's James. Could not turn it. And run out by Turan, and some extra activity out of bounds. Personal foul against the Raiders. Now Lester Hayes returns.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Number 30 on the defense, 15 yards, 1st and 10.
Take a look at the end of the play. Turan hits him inbounds. I don't know about that, Marv. That looks just like a foul. He didn't unnecessarily. I've seen a lot worse things go on out of bounds than that.
But it is a personal foul. First down at the 39. And Eason with time. And let's see what they call it. It was Van Pelt who thought he had it, but no, it is ruled incomplete. Intended for Derek Ramsey. Brad Van Pelt looking for the interception. Brad Van Pelt in his 13th season out of Michigan State. Joined the Raiders last year, 6 weeks into the season following 11 years with the Giants. Dallas and Houston now tied in the third quarter. Zendejas with a 33-yard field goal to tie it. 2nd and 10 from the 39. That's Fryer in motion. The dump pass. Derek Ramsey in a battle with Mike Davis.
Ramsey will be coming from the right side of your screen. Pretty good protection. Townsend breaks through. Ramsey, the leading receiver on the Patriot team last year when they played with 2 tight ends, was a former Raider, a quarterback in college, and he said he's going to have mixed emotions about playing against his old teammates out here today.
Says he still has a lot of close friends on the Raiders. Easton is now 8 for 18, 141 yards. 3rd down and 2, and he bullets one. Could not be held by Fryer.
Fryer saw Van McElroy coming from his free safety position, reading the slant by Fryer all the way, and Fryer's had some injury problems in the past, but he certainly knew that the free safety was coming.
And here's Camarillo for the 6th time today. Patriot coach Raymond Berry has had his receivers needing putty to strengthen their fingers. We may see some more putty.
Raymond used to do that when he was playing, and he said, strengthen your hands, not only your receivers, but defensive backs.
And Walker comes up for it. Colton Walker to the 30. And I see Mark Wilson has made his return to the Raider bench. 30-yard punt, 9-yard return. So Wilson to the locker room. And now back on. Rusty Hilger ran the last series. And Hilger out there right now. The Raiders taking over at their 30-yard line with 5:12 remaining.
You can see how Eason is looking into that sun. When you're going from the left to the right, as you're sitting watching this ball game, you're looking directly into the sun, and it does have an effect on the quarterbacks and all the players that are looking down the field.
That was your major complaint about playing here at
That was one of them, yes.
A quick opener from Marcus Allen. And he's just short of the first down. The free safety, Fred Marion, on the stop. And we're just under 5 minutes left in this third quarter. The Raiders come in with a record of 1-2. They opened by walloping the Jets 31-0, coming up with 10 sacks of the Jet quarterbacking duo of Ken O'Brien and Pat Ryan. Lost in Kansas City last week, lost at home to San Francisco, while the Patriots at 2-1, 2nd and 1. And Allen has the first down. Andre Tippett making the stop.
Raiders going to the running game. Henry Lawrence against 77, Ken Sims. Lawrence in a pushing match. Sims loses his balance and is just piled on top of at the bottom of the pile, but Raiders going to the running game with Hilger in the lineup.
And a first down from their 44. And again, Hilger to the ground. Allen out to the 48. Setting up a 2nd and 6. Again, it is Tippett making the stop.
Keep going, oh!
And there is Steve Grogan, a man who has not played in some time.
It's been a year today, Marv. Took over. Grogan went down on the fourth week of the season, and Easton's been in ever since.
Grogan, a man who once started 76 consecutive games. Hilger throwing the middle, and a pretty catch by Allen. Flag thrown, though. You may have heard the disagreement picked up by our sideline microphone. It's against the Raiders, so they will bring it back.
The Raiders are going with some safe passes. We get the call.
Holding, number 27, offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat, second down.
Some shorter passes. Here's Marcus Allen. Christensen will go across to clear, and Marcus will come and try to get the ball in here, right? Not deep passes, not long passes, just some short stuff to get the confidence of the young rookie, and then let him go from there. Good throw. Some traffic. Marcus was saying, don't hit me in the stomach, I'm going to pull my knees up. He didn't have to jump for that ball.
Second down, 15. Raiders hit with a penalty for the 5th time. Patriots assessed 4 times. And Hilger putting one deep left side for Hester. Setting up a 3rd down play. Fred Marion, the free safety, covering the rookie, Hester. Mets leading the Pirates 4-3 as we check out the baseball races. And the Cardinals over the Expos in the 6th inning. Going in, Mets 4 back, the magic number 4. Yankees in the first of 2, leading the Orioles at the stadium. Toronto 6 games in front of the Yanks. The magic number in the American League East is at 4. 3rd down and 15. Just under 3 left, 3rd quarter. Allen found the opening. Marion making the stop. Allen not able to pick up the 1st down. And the punting unit will come on for the Raiders. All the scoring in the first half. Nothing at all in this 3rd quarter. The Lippett interception leading to a Franklin 47-yard field goal. Lester Hayes with an interception and a 26-yard return. Raiders led 7-3. It was Eason to Fryer on a 40-yarder. And New England took a 10-7 lead. Wilson to Dokie Williams, 38-yard touchdown pass. Raiders with a 14-10 lead after 1. Early second, Franklin hit from 20. And then the snap not handled by the punter Guy. Tippett picked it up and ran it in. And that's where we stand. Fair catch called for by Irving Fryer at the 11. A 42-yard punt. And the Patriots will go to the offense from their 11. Chicago handily over the Washington Redskins in the 3rd quarter after the Skins got off to the early lead. Kansas City doing it to Seattle. Dallas and Houston tied at 10. Giants now lead the Eagles. Phil Simms to tight end Mark Bavaro to put the Giants on top. St. Louis over Green Bay, 26-7 in the 3rd. Detroit now leads Tampa Bay in the 4th. Eddie Murray has kicked his 3rd field goal. Minnesota leads Buffalo. Getting behind the Patriots with 2 minutes left in this 3rd quarter. Craig James, look out. Loose ball. And the Raiders have scored. Look to be Lyle Alzado. It has been a game of critical turnovers. Lyle Alzado able to cover it up for the 6th.
Neither offense doing anything. The defense and the special teams say, we'll take over. Alzado, you knew he was going to fall on that ball. There was no way he could try and pick it up. The only thing Lyle could do was fall and just wrap his big body around it for the touchdown. But big play by the Raider defense. They lose their quarterback. The Raider defense comes back again to rescue the offense.
36-year-old Lyle Alzado has tied the game. Here's Barr. And the Raiders now lead by 1. 21-20. Let's check out that play again. The ball carrier, number 32, Craig James.
Just a straight handoff. He gets the handoff all right. Right there, looks like, was it Rod Martin? Van Pelt, 91, jerks it loose. Good play by Van Pelt. Rod Martin gets it and is stripped of the ball. I tell you what, that's a brawl down there. Somebody picks it up, they're all go. But it was a good play by Van Pelt because he knew that the tackle was going to be made in the line, and he got a great angle to rip the ball loose, and Alzado got into the end zone probably for what will be his last touchdown of his career.
Wait a moment.
Huh? Well, he says he's retiring after this year, so...
It's only game 4.
Huh? Lyle doesn't get around to football very often.
So at 21-20, Raider lead. For Lyle Alzado, his first touchdown as a member of the Los Angeles Raiders. He did account for 2 points coming up with a safety for the Raiders.
He's just down there now saying, oh, shucks, it was nothing. I don't see why the offense can't score. The end zone is close by.
And Rod Martin had a shot at it, as you saw, but he was stripped. Here's Barr, starring the deep man. And starring Case to the 10. 20. And Fulton Walker leading the coverage downfield. So it's been a full day for Fulton in his Raider debut.
I'm sure that he didn't expect to play this much coming in, just being picked up this week, but with the injury to Montgomery, he's getting a full dose of special teams work.
The only points for the Patriots this season in the third quarter came on that Irving Fryer 85-yard punt return against Buffalo last Sunday. Minute and a half remaining, third quarter. Patriots first down from their 22. And Eason is hauled down by Howie Long. That's the first sack of the day for the Raiders, for Long, his third of the season.
We said at the top that the key to the offense, key to the New England Patriots was the offensive line controlling the Raiders, and Howie Long and Alzado. They did a pretty good job up to this point, but I think the momentum has switched now where the Raiders are getting after it a little bit better.
Howie Long, who grew up in Charleston, Massachusetts, played high school football in Milford, Mass. Patriots took a long look at him his senior year in college and decided not to draft him. Second down, 16. Almost intercepted by Lester Hayes. The pass intended for Stanley Morgan. And Hayes is hurt. They've landed on his hand. Hayes intercepting one earlier and running it in for a touchdown.
You know, the Raider defense has really been the backbone of this team down through the years. They've had trouble offensively as their quarterbacks would get injured and come back, and Plunkett would get hurt and Wilson would come in and vice versa. But the defense has really been the backbone, which always has stuck together and held this team in there. The offense is sputtering today. The defense puts them ahead.
Third and 16. Eason out of the shotgun with protection. Collins. Beautiful move by Collins, doing it on Sam Seal. And picks up the first down, an 18-yard play.
The Patriots have the big guns if they can just get them the football. Collins and James, starring Fryer, Morgan, they've got all kinds of talent. Man-to-man coverage going across. He comes back. Martin left his man for a second, misses the tackle, and now he's going to get upfield and make the first down. Good play by Collins.
First down at the 34-yard line. 56 seconds remaining, third quarter. And Eason unleashing. And again, almost intercepted. It's ruled incomplete, intended for Craig James. It was Van McElroy who nearly picked one off.
Booing is for Eason. He had more time. It looks like McElroy is injured. Looks something on the lower leg, but fans booing Eason. Eason had time to throw, but the rush got him a little bit nervous, a little bit excited, and he rushed it. When he got out of the pocket, he had the time, but underthrew the ball. He had a receiver in the area. Now watch as the Raiders make him move around a little bit. Howie Long, 75. Piquel, 71. He has to step up. Now he has the time, but you don't know what's behind you. So he throws it without setting his feet and didn't get the ball there. McElroy dives for it, doesn't quite get there.
Van McElroy in his 4th year out of Baylor.
You know, artificial turf, Marv, is not the ideal playing conditions for the LA Raiders. Last 6 years, their winning percentage has been 67% overall of all games. On artificial turf, only 54% in the last 6 years. They've won 13, lost 11 on the artificial grass.
Eason is now 9 for 22. 159 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Patriots not able to do it on the ground, averaging about 2.5 per carry. So their offense sputtering again. Collins is stopped. It'll be a 3rd down play coming up. Rod Martin, Howie Long, all over Tony Collins.
Howie Long beating Brock. Pete Brock was blocking back. The quickness of Howie Long got him around the center and into the backfield to disrupt the timing and allow the tackle to be made.
Is Long the most complete defensive end in the NFL?
I think he plays the run and the pass better than any lineman in the league. You may get some that play the pass a little better or the run, but as far as complete player, he's at the top.
Time running down, 10 seconds left, 3rd quarter, 3rd down and 10. And again, Eason from the shotgun. Pass deflected and incomplete. And Eason hearing it. Stanley Morgan, the intended receiver. Eason had that one good spurt, but he has had his problems once again this week.
Well, he did it on early downs, 1st and 2nd downs, before the Raiders got their pass rushers in there and their nickel backs. They're playing tight man-to-man coverage in the secondary, and when you get a lot of pressure to try to throw that ball from the center of the field to an out with a defensive man right on you, it's very, very difficult to complete it.
Rich Camarillo has had a excellent day. Once again, Fulton Walker awaits the punt. And Camarillo booming it. Here's Walker to the 30. Good coverage by the Patriots, led by Johnny Rembert. A 46-yard punt, 11-yard return. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. The score, Raiders 21, Patriots 20. We'll be back after these words from your local station. All right, Bob, is this the Raiders version of the greasy telestrator? Perhaps theirs works.
As I hear it going this way, tackle comes around this way. Both guys blitzing. We'll get him for sure. Let's try it.
And we're heading to the 4th quarter. Marv Albert, Bob Griese from Foxborough. As you check out the stats through 3.
Total yardage is about the same passing yards. It's a very close game. The turnovers and defense have been the story.
Raiders by 1, 21-20, 1st down. That's Doki Williams in motion. Here's Allen. Stopped at the line. The strong safety, Roland James, combining with Andre Tippett.
Good defensive play by Andre Tippett as he strings out Todd Christensen. Christensen, an excellent receiver, but you see he cannot get him hooked. He can't get him hooked. Plays him down the line, does Tippett, and then the defensive flow comes and stops him for no gain.
With the glasses on, looks so mild-mannered. Andre Tippett in his 4th season out of Iowa. Marcus Allen with 72 yards on the ground has outrushed the Patriot team to this point. Hilger stumbling. That was a dangerous pass intended for Allen.
You're right, Marv. It was a very dangerous pass. It started out as a simple pass. The receivers are going to come down and break to the inside. Now, Allen is back here. He's going to come out of the backfield and break to the outside. The problem is Hilger waits too long to throw the football and allows the defensive back to cut it. It should have been thrown right now. He's open, but he waits too long, and now you're talking trouble.
3rd down and 10. Raiders not doing it in 3rd down situations. 2 for 11. Rusty Hilger 0 for 3 in this his NFL debut. Taking over for Mark Wilson, who injured an ankle. Hilger throwing deep. Dokie Williams, the intended receiver, in a race with Rod McSwain. And the punting unit headed on now for the Raiders.
That's a safe play. As we take a look at these scores, Hilger, that play was sent in from the sideline. It's a safe play because you're throwing it deep down the field. You cannot throw into coverage. It's one-on-one, and you maybe get a big play out of it. Hilger having some problems coming on, but I think they're in good situation. I think they feel like if we don't turn it over offensively, we'll let our defense and this man right here play the rest of the football game.
And Ray Guy has had an outstanding day. In fact, both punters have done well. Irving Fryer at a 17. Raiders have done a good job in handcuffing Fryer. Timeout, opening minute. Fourth quarter, and it's the Raiders by 1. Sullivan Stadium, Foxborough. Today's game has been a sellout for 3 weeks. I'm told the November 3rd game against Miami is already SRO. Patriots taking over, and a burst by Collins. Out near the 30-yard line. 30 seconds gone by, fourth quarter, and the Raiders lead the Patriots 21-20. Lyle Alzado covering up a fumble in the end zone, followed by the extra point kicked by Chris Barr, providing the 1-point lead for the Los Angeles Raiders. Collins picked up 3. Second down and 7. And here's James. Stopped short of the first down. Howie Long and Brad Van Pelt combining. It'll be a third down and 2. Correction, Collins had picked up 8 on that first play from scrimmage on this series, so it is a third down and 2 from the 30. Eason in trouble. Mike Davis heading to the quarterback, Tony Eason.
The Raiders were in a blitz. Mike Davis on a safety blitz. Here we'll see it again. Davis coming inside. Grogan moving around. Eason moving around on the play, not able to avoid the. I think that's the first sack, the second sack of Eason today. Pretty good protection most of the day by the Pets.
And here's Camarillo back at his 11. Fulton Walker takes to the 30. 40. Running very well.
He overkicked his coverage by about 25 yards.
50-yard punt, 26-yard return. We'll be right back. Take over midfield. Marcus Allen off the left side. Stopped by the inside linebacker, Larry McGrew. Coming up next on NBC Sports, the second half of the doubleheader. And most of you will see Dan Marino and the Miami Dolphins battle John Elway and the Denver Broncos. Check your local listings for the game coming up in your area. 2nd and 5, 12 minutes remaining. Fourth quarter. Raiders lead the Patriots 21-20. And Allen again. Steve Nelson on the tackle. This game got off very quickly in terms of scoring in the first half. Not much happening here in the second half, and look at the last 6 possessions for the Raiders.
They're all punts, and they haven't had the ball very many plays in those drives. 6, and the most being 6. The last possession was 4, but the complexion of their offense has changed a little bit with Hilger being in the ball game. It's been more conservative, more running, and some of the long passes down the field, which are safe passes, maybe a big play, but if not, certainly not an interception.
Marcus Allen grinding it out, picked up the first down. 17 carries, 82 yards for Allen. First down at the New England 41. Here's Hawkins. Hawkins to the 38, picked up 3. Ken Sims on the stop. Recapping in the first quarter, the interception by Lippett led to the field goal by Franklin. Then Hayes from 27 yards away on an interception, giving the Raiders the lead. Fryer hooking up with Eason. Patriots by 3. Still first quarter action. It was Dokie Williams on a 38-yard touchdown from Mark Wilson. Then Tippett on the 25-yard fumble recovery, followed by Alzado covering one up. And the Raiders lead it 21-20. We're early fourth quarter. Mix up there. Allen not able to save it. Hawkins and Hilger on a collision.
That's the problem when you're a rookie quarterback in the offense. The plays are being sent in from the sideline. He either calls them incorrectly or he goes the wrong way. And Hilger is having a tough time. But again, it's a tough situation to come in and play a good defense like the Patriots.
It's a 3rd down and 9. And a new look on the offensive line of the Raiders. Dave Dalby playing the last couple of series. Mosbar, who started at center, now replacing Marvin at right guard. Jordan and Lawrence at the tackles. Davis and Mosbar at the guard. And Hilger nearly put one right in the stomach of Marion, who should have had it. Fred Marion, the free safety, not able to hang on. Hilger now 0 for 5.
Take a look at what Hilger is going to do. He's trying to get the ball at tight end. The tight end's going to come down the inside. Allen's going to clear out for him, and then he's going to come back. That is Christensen. Marion will come from the inside. Watch the tight end. Now watch Marion come right up inside of him, almost pick the football off.
And here is Ray Guy, now from his 45-yard line. Angling to the right. And let's see where they spot it. At about the 7. So Guy has done it again. Right on target. 33-yard punt, but the Patriots again will start out from deep in their own end. Check the reaction here of Ray Guy as he watches the flight of his punt. Yes, marked out at the 7-yard line, so he has hit 6 of 10 inside the 20. The ball spotted at the 7. Collins. Stopped by Piquel. Paul Fairchild is back in at left guard, replacing John Hanna. And there is John Incognito.
Look at his big thighs, his legs, how big. That's why he got the name Hog Hanna. It's been a little hot for him today. He hasn't been in training. Had a leg problem earlier on in training camp, and they're working him back into the offense.
2nd down and 7. The ball at the New England 10. Collins with Howie Long right there.
Howie Long from the left side of your screen slants to the inside. Moore, the offensive tackle, thought he was going straight. Howie Long says, I'm going inside. Does little Olay, left arm over into the backfield.
Long was almost there in time to take the handoff.
What makes him so good, Marv, is his strength and his quickness. You don't normally see that combination of defensive linemen.
3rd down, 9. Eason off the roll. Underthrows. And that pass intended for Derek Ramsey. The crowd not pleased with that New England series. And here comes Camarillo. It has been a punt-a-thon for the Patriots, similar to the situation with the Raiders.
We showed you the Raiders earlier. The last 6 times they had the ball were punts. These 6 were all punts except for the one fumble caused the touchdown, which is the difference in this ball game.
So Camarillo will punt for his 9th time. Fulton Walker has had a good day, handling special team duty in his debut with the Raiders. Short punt. Walker to the 40. Big break for Camarillo, the first bad punt of the day, a 37-yarder, 20-yard return by Walker, and he was tackled by the punter, Camarillo.
This game has turned into a duel of punters, and Ray Guy is winning it at this point because this was a very poor kick. Camarillo over to make the tackle. It's how he was hurt, but if he didn't make the tackle, it was 6 points for Fulton Walker.
As we mentioned earlier, Camarillo injured against the Redskins in a preseason game last year, trying to tackle Mike Nelms. Now Hilger and the Raiders, first down at the Patriot 23. Allen looking to go outside, broke a tackle. And out of bounds at the 17. Claiborne pushed him out.
I'm sure Tom Flores will feel very fortunate if he can come to Foxborough, where he hasn't won. He's 0-2 in Foxborough. Have both of his starting quarterbacks, first Plunkett and then Wilson, out of the ball game, and send in a rookie, Hilger, and win this football game late in the ball game. He's doing it with a conservative offense that is running the football and a very active defense and his special teams.
Wilson injuring his ankle in the third quarter. Second down and 4. They line up in the eye. Allen. Change of direction. Hilger leading him. A magnificent move by Marcus Allen, and has the first down.
I'm sure that Ray Guy on the sideline is praying that Hilger doesn't get hurt, because last year, as we take another look at this play, nothing inside. The great back that he is spins out and says, if they're all over to the left, I'm going back to the right. Hilger out in front trying to make a block, but last year, the year before, both quarterbacks were nicked a little bit, and Flores was standing there talking to Ray Guy, and the more he talked to him about going in, the more his eyes got bigger and bigger, and then Wilson came from the tunnel, and Guy said, here he comes, he's coming out, let him go in.
First and goal from the 9. Frank Hawkins, the ball carrier. Marcus Allen from time to time has complained that he does not handle the ball enough. I don't think there are any complaints today. It's been all Marcus Allen. 20 carries, 93 yards. Giants and Eagles now tied at 10. In the fourth quarter, St. Louis continues to pile it up, leading Green Bay 33-14. Minnesota and Buffalo now tied at 20. Second and goal from the 6. Here's Allen. Fred Marion and Larry McGrew on the stop. National Football League rules require that we present away games starting with the opening kickoff to stations in the team's home area. So viewers in Denver, New York, and San Diego will be leaving this game in just a couple of minutes for a telecast involving your home team. However, we will continue to bring you reports on this game to keep you up to date. A third and goal from the 2 as the Raiders call for time. 7:25 left in this fourth quarter. Raiders lead it 21-20. And off that short punt by Camarillo and the good return by Walker, the Raiders are on the doorstep. Coming up next on NBC Sports, the second half of the doubleheader, you will see either Miami playing the Denver Broncos in Denver, Jets in Indianapolis, or the Cleveland Browns and the San Diego Chargers. That'll be the second half of the doubleheader right here on NBC Sports.
Raiders taking that timeout to talk it over, whether they want to go with a running play or a pass play. Third down and, well, about 2, I guess it is, for a first down. Actually, you know, a running play or a pass play, I don't think that you can really set for one or the other, because I think if a running play, 2 yards, you might make it for a touchdown if they're expecting pass. So I think the Raiders discussing whether they want to run a draw, maybe run Marcus Allen, or whether they want to go on a pass. I kind of think that what they're going to do is give the ball in a handoff. I think they're happy with the way their defense is playing, and I don't think they want to put the pressure on Hilger to throw the ball and perhaps get an interception.
And he is 0 for 5. So that would be the...
It's a pretty tough way to break into the lead.
There he is. Rusty Hilger out of Oklahoma State, a 6th round draft. 3rd and goal from the 2. Raiders have not done it in 3rd down situations. And here is Hilger directing traffic. And let's see. Touchdown! Todd Christensen able to catch it back of the end zone, and the Raiders do gamble and succeed with the big play. Hilger's first NFL completion, and it's for a score.
Well, they got him outside the pocket, Marv, where he wouldn't have to take the heat of the rush, and also where he could get outside and see a little bit. No reading to do on that one. He got outside and barely got the ball in there. Kind of short-armed it, but still a touchdown.
Now, the conservative call is not to do it like that, as you were indicating, Bob. But that's a typical Raider play. And Barr with the extra point. So the Raiders now lead it 28-20.
Good fake up the middle, holds the linebacker, McGrew. Then he rolls out, throws the ball into the end zone, barely, see if he makes the catch. Got his hands, it looks like he did. We couldn't see the actual catch, but it looks like he had his hands underneath it. Todd Christensen taking bows from all of his teammates on the sideline.
His 2nd touchdown of the season, 5 receptions, 41 yards. Todd Christensen giving the Raiders an 8-point lead with 7:18 left in this 4th quarter. And you know, prior to this touchdown, the last offensive score was back early in the 2nd quarter on a 20-yard field goal by Tony Franklin.
New York Giants 10 and Philadelphia 10.
Coming into the ball game, both offenses had been struggling and the defenses had been playing well. I'm sure he's breathing a lot easier, knowing that the team is in good shape offensively as far as points on the board. Now the defense, which has been their strength, can go out.
Wait a minute. Do you believe that?
Huh? Sure.
From a team point of view. But perhaps he's worried about his job.
No, I don't think he's worried about his job. Not at all. Hilger hasn't completed that many passes. It's been very conservative. And I think that this will certainly go a long way in Hilger's career development. And I don't think he's got any concern about who's starting next week if he's healthy.
This is Starring. Wallop back at the 10. Excellent coverage, led by the former Boston College standout, Steve Strahan. Mets leading the Pirates 6-4 in the 9th inning, while the Cardinals and the Expos are now tied at 5 in the 9th. Well, the Yankees over the Orioles 4-0. And this is the story coming into today. So the Yanks are now 5.5 back. And in the West, California and Kansas City coming even, both losing the last couple of days. Eason off the roll, almost picked off, but a flag throw. That went through the hands of Stacy Turan.
Holding New England.
Holding, number 61, offense. Penalty declined, 2nd down.
A hold called on the right guard, Ron Wooten. You know, the Patriots have accounted for only 16 yards their last 17 offensive plays.
And that's the man that has to do something right there. The catalyst, the man that gets it going. You can have good weapons around you, but he's the catalyst that's got to do something to create some activity.
Out of the shotgun. And Morgan able to break a hard pickup. McElroy making the stop. And an important play as the Patriots with a 1st down, moving it upfield.
Take a look as the defensive line crossed. Howie Long runs past him. Now this is what you have, tight man-to-man coverage everywhere. If you break the tackle of the guy that's covering you, there's no one else around. This game has become a series of small, fast, wide receivers and quick defensive backs. That's where the passing game is right now.
Patriots first down from their 30. 6:15 to go, fourth quarter. And Eason throws, and again, Turan should have had the interception. Intended for Fryer.
He forced that ball, Marv. He should have never thrown it. There was nothing else available. He was getting some heat in the pocket, so he went ahead and threw it anyway. Now, you can't do that. You either have to take off running or throw it away.
Crowd is chanting for Steve Grogan. Grogan, as we mentioned earlier, has not played in 16 games since the third game of last year against Seattle, when Eason replaced him and then sparked a come-from-behind victory. 2nd and 10 from the 30. Eason with time. Craig James to the 35-yard line. Rod Martin on the stop. We're told that John Hanna came into today's game suffering from the flu, so he has been shuffled in and out of the lineup with Paul Fairchild coming on. Right now it's Brockett center, Wooten, Fairchild at the guards, Moore and Holloway at the tackles. 3rd down and 4. And Ramsey not able to hang on, but a flag down.
Holding on the offense.
Five and a half left in this fourth quarter. The Raiders now lead the Patriots 28-20.
Holding, number 67, offense. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 37, defense. Penalties offset, repeat the down.
Lester Hayes called for the personal foul, and the right tackle Steve Moore on the hold.
Lester Hayes at the top gets a jam, number 37. The flag had already been thrown. It was for that initial jab up around the head.
It's a 3rd down and 4. And this time it is picked off. Sam Seal, 37-yard touchdown off the interception. Sam Seal, the extra defensive back out of Western State in Colorado. And there's a penalty marker down. That may relate to the celebration of the end zone.
Marv, that was a poor throw.
So the touchdown will stand, and Raiders will be penalized
for the celebration.
Right.
But a poor throw by Eason, but it was a poor route. I'll demonstrate it to you after the kick.
So Lester Hayes has run one in, as has Sam Seal, and the Raiders now lead it 34-20. And here is Chris Spawn. Wilson putting it down.
Just aggressive defense. Take a look right here. Here's Sam Seal. Now the receiver right here is going to come out and break to the outside. This receiver is going to break to the inside, but they collide. Both of them run into each other, and Seal is the only one that has vision on the ball. Watch him. They cross. Poor pattern right there. They're all mixed up. Eason tries to throw the ball the best he can. Seal sees it all the way, steps in, but there was poor timing in the route to run the pattern. It's when you have an offense like that, it's not all on the quarterback. He threw a bad pass and shouldn't have thrown it, but the routes weren't crisp, and they didn't run it the way they were supposed to.
Second interception thrown by Eason. Both run back for touchdowns. That makes 7 on the season. He was intercepted only 8 times all of last year. He's been ineffective now for 3 straight games. Do you go to the veteran Steve Grogan next week?
Well, there's no doubt that Eason has been erratic. I mean, I think it all started against the Bears. We said earlier, Bears very aggressive, maybe have knocked him around a little bit. They do a lot of blitzing, a lot of different stunts, and he may have lost some confidence. But he's your quarterback of the future. There's no doubt that Eason played very well last year, and he will regain that form this year, but he's in a slump right now, and is he going to come out of it today? Obviously not. I would go and put in Grogan and see what he can do.
11 for 28 for Eason, 184 yards, 1 touchdown, and the 2 interceptions. 5:24 left in this fourth quarter, and the Raiders lead the Patriots by the score of 35-20. Chris Barr in his 10th season out of Penn State with the kickoff. And it's Jones, one of the up men, out across the 35-yard line. Cedric Jones with a 20-yard return. Stopped by Steve Strahan, the product of Boston College. Right here, let's pause for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network.
You're watching WXFL Channel 8, Tampa, St. Petersburg.
Marv Albert, Bob Griese from Sullivan Stadium in Foxborough. The Raiders with a 35-20 lead on the Patriots. Tony Eason remaining at the helm as the Patriots go first down from their 36-yard line. Out of the shotgun. Irving Fryer across the 40.
I really feel that
On the reception.
Raymond Berry should go ahead and put Grogan in. Eason he is scarred from this game. He is not playing that well, and the only thing that's going to happen is it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Here's Collins. Has the first down across midfield. 11-yard pass play. Rod Martin on the tackle. Patriots in the hurry-up offense. We're under 5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Now Eason going deeper, deflected, and incomplete. Hayes diving for it. Morgan, the intended receiver.
Like McElroy hurt himself diving for that football. Both he and Hayes diving for it. Jammed a finger or something. It's Davis, 36.
And the Battle of Texas. Danny White has thrown his second touchdown, and he's put the Cowboys up 17-10. Giants and Eagles now at overtime, tied at 10. Tom Flores and his Los Angeles Raiders with a 35-20 lead on the New England Patriots. Raiders looking to even up their record at 2-2. James. So the quick handoff to Craig James, and he rips off 22 yards.
It's a draw play. The Raiders are not worried about draw plays and running plays. They're ahead by more than 2 touchdowns, so they're playing it loose in the secondary. Deep zones, you're going to have some space to run in, but the overall picture is still favorable to play defense the way they're playing it.
53 yards, 12 carries for James. First down at the 26 in Raider territory. Flag throw, Eason going deep. To break it up. Derwin Williams getting the pop from Mike Davis. And let's see what this flag is all about.
I believe it's offsides on the Raiders, Marv.
The tackle's setting off the line. 99. Setting off the line. 89. Fucking guy belongs in Arizona.
Offside, number 99 defense. 5-yard penalty, first down 5.
That is Sean Jones. Called on the offside. There he is, number 99.
Hey, Jack, don't let him sit in the backfield.
And there's a final. Kansas City defeating Seattle 28-7.
Jack, he's in the backfield.
First and 5. Eason chased by Piquel, throws a bouncer. And that'll be intentional grounding.
Intentional grounding.
Let's see if Cedric Jones plays it on the short hump.
Well, you know, they're calling more of this year than I've ever seen before, and the the definition of intentional grounding is if the ball is thrown away with the specific purpose to avert a loss, okay? Now, I think that was a pretty good call because he threw it straight into the ground. Even though there was a receiver in the area, he threw it.
Stopped in Cleveland on the way to
the Hurricane. Friday, spent Friday night at the airport, worked out at the stadium there, and then came on. But just getting a quick view of what it's going to be like in Cleveland in a couple of weeks.
And next Sunday, the Patriots will play the Browns in Cleveland, then back home for Buffalo. The Jets on to Tampa Bay, and home for Miami.
It's a big win for the Raiders, Marv. You know, we said they've lost their last two. They were on the road. They've never won up here in Foxborough. They lost their quarterback last week. Wilson was starting for the first time. Wilson goes down in the middle of the game, and now they have a rookie in the lineup, and they still come back and win the football game convincingly by 15 points, and it's their defense. It always comes to the rescue of their offense, and if this is a game they really needed to win.
Defense and a solid performance by Marcus Allen and Todd Christensen.
And Fulton Walker did a good job.
And Eason throwing on the run.
See, it's just getting worse for Tony Eason.
Jeff Barnes able to pick it off.
There are times when you have to admit that the game is over and admit a loss. Take your man out of there and let somebody else come in and take the tough ending. The Raiders are sitting back now just enjoying this, and this is a tough situation. I've been through some of these, and I'll tell you, when the coach took me out, I was glad of it. Let the other guy go in and get his brains beat out.
Said with such compassion.
I've been through it.
Jeff Barnes, 9th year out of California, coming up with his first interception of the season, and Eason picked off for the third time today. 3:28 left, fourth quarter. And the Raiders first down from their 17-yard line. Eric Jensen now in the backfield. And the Raiders, obviously, a happy ball club, as they will just look to run it down. Hawkins and Jensen are the running backs, so Marcus Allen to the sideline.
Coming into this ball game, the Raiders were in last place in the AFC West. And the Patriots are by no means out of the race. They'll drop to 2-2 and certainly have a good ball club. Their offense isn't playing well now, but that'll get straightened out, and they'll be a force in the AFC East before the year is over.
2nd and 7 out of the I. This is Hawkins. Penalty marker throw. Hawkins across the 22-yard line. Ken Sims on the stop, along with Andre Tippett. And it is against New England. Clock down to 2.5 remaining now in the fourth quarter.
Illegal use of hands. Number 55 defense. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Don Blackman, the outside linebacker, hit with the penalty and the automatic first down.
You know, Marv, last night I had a nice conversation with Tom Flores, and we were talking about different things, and he said, you know, quarterback is the toughest position to judge. Going into the draft, drafting out of college, and then also once you have him on your team. You know, we were talking about Mark Wilson and the problems that he's had, and Plunkett, and I think Hildre, you know, he was talking about Hildre also, and he said you can figure other positions a little easier, but quarterback, there's so many things involved. You know, you can see if he has a strong arm and if he's intelligent, but does he have that competitiveness? Does he have the heart for it? And I think you're seeing examples on both sides of the field here judging quarterbacks.
And there's the 2-minute warning. We'll take this timeout back after these words. A deal. We mentioned the names such as Richard Todd and Doug Williams. Perhaps there is some interest there.
Well, I think the work that Hilger has had in this ball game today will help him. He got a lot of playing time in the preseason, but having been in this ball game today under real conditions will help him if he does play next week and start. But I think that the Raiders, if depending on the severity of Wilson's ankle injury, I don't think he'll be able to play next week, but depending on the severity of it, may go outside and look for a quarterback.
All right, Rusty Hilger did come up with the big play, tossing the short touchdown to Todd Christensen for his first NFL completion. He is 1 for 6 overall. 2nd down and 6 at the 33. Raiders just running out the clock. 2 minutes remaining in this 4th quarter. Here's Hawkins picking his way. Good second effort. And he is stopped. Well, picked up the first down. They mark it. First down for the Raiders. Frank Hawkins in his 5th season out of Nevada Reno. And he has won the starting job, pushing Kenny King to a backup role. King was the starting fullback. Now King backing up Marcus Allen. Down to a minute and a half left. The Raiders will even up their record at 2-2. The Patriots will fall to a record of 2-2. This time it is Jensen, Derek Jensen, a special teams spark plug in his 7th year out of Texas Arlington. Dallas just getting by Houston.
Houston's playing a lot better.
And the Giants over the Eagles in overtime. So the Giants now 3-1. Minnesota over Buffalo 27-20. So a string of close games. We're down to 45 seconds remaining here. 2nd down and 7. Here's Jensen, stopped behind the line. Blackman there for the tackle. And checking out the AFC West, Kansas City with the win today over Seattle. Denver playing later on against Miami, San Diego later on. Seattle with the defeat now 2-2, and the Raiders going on to the victory here with a record of 2-2. Time has run out on the New England Patriots. So the Raiders with a bounce-back victory following the clobbering at the hands of the 49ers last week have turned it to defeat the Patriots by the score of 35-20. We'll be back in just